they were playing Egghead. Like, I was like, okay, you know, that this is the Ghost. I'm expecting this. But then that second game, I was kind of like, are we really going to a round 13? It blew my mind, and I thought Ghost should have easily handled them. And because they didn't, I don't know. I just feel like something is just a little bit off. But with that being said, the answers will come very shortly. Let's get it popping off here now in Old Town. Ghost Gaming versus Rise Nation. First game of the best of 3. Whoever takes out this series is going to be the champion of Week 13 Emergence Days. And everybody wants to be champion, but there can only be but one. Ghost Gaming, good initial so far. BC locked down. We see Shock. He's got Krabby's just in the other section. Krabby's, though, able to get the chunk onto Avexys, but Shock quickly answers back with 2 of his own. He takes Krabby, Dezo out. Chaos onto Rezik. That's going to be 3 down momentarily, but can they capitalize?
Yeah, definitely a couple different stories in terms of the initial, how they played out. It looked like Ghost Gaming sort of did a little bit of a better job towards that middle side of the map. Meanwhile, Rise Nation were the victors out towards B, and like we know, there's a hill over at B and not a hill towards middle, so Rise Nation ended up coming out with the hills. However, it looks like Ghost Gaming is trying to make a retake attempt of their own. It's going to be POWERZ versus 2. He gets Krabby, he's taking a pretty low health, but is forced to go back. He gets the down once again, so POWERZ playing his distance, playing that core shot so well. Looking to take this 2v1. Now he has some help from his team. This is exactly the situation POWERZ wants to be in, and the teamwork from Rise Nation comes to fruition, and now it's going to be 3 members dead for Ghost Gaming. Rise still in the driver's seat so far. And Ghost, they got to find an answer over at B.
The driver's seat at the moment, but still the point deficit. So Rise needs to kind of clear that gap soon before it gets out of hand. You see Sleeper, though, along with his partner, is going to be making some moves. Maybe down low to C for that double home hill setup, and this could throw Rise off if they don't pick up on it. But Lancer Fire comes through. Sleeper gets tagged up quite a bit, so obviously we are going to see at least the members from Rise are going to be very much so aware of this. But the push is still in effect, and Sleeper, he's going to be on it, going for it himself. But this might open up a door with 2 players down from Ghost being down low. Might, in fact, open up the doors potentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's our short spawn, so Rise Nation will be spawning back up soon, but Ghost did succeed in getting that double homo you did mention. Ghost is starting to chain together some of these hills right now. You see the numbers currently sitting in favor of Ghost. Rise coming off spawn, trying to find an answer. Sleeper stuck in a tough spot. Rise does get their home hill back, and again, that B hill has not been touched this entire time, so we are going to see Rise continue, but not for long. Ghost Gaming does actually hop on B, so currently no hills in play. However, if Ghost and Rise do play this kind of 1-hill game, that is going to favor Rise Nation. They have a 35-point lead as we head into the ending parts of the round. Kills getting traded back and forth. Members of Rise dropping, members of Ghost dropping. If this continues this way, this will end up being Rise's round. Ghost needs to get some sort of kind of clean wipe and get on these objectives. Otherwise, Rise will start off with the lead.
Definitely so. I think Rise is going to do it. You see the massive push for C. Krabby's pushing through, gets 1 chunk, can't make the hero play. It's tough to do anyways, but regardless, Ghost does fall into C.
That's 5 dead.
And 5 go down. Is anybody going to be able to get on A? You would think surely so. Will the break be able to happen? The meat shield's now gone. We see a player does get a toe in. Avexys making plays. He goes down. Is there going to be enough Rise players there? Yes, they are, and he gets it. But it did get a bit testy. 200 points for Ghost, 210 for Rise. Rise narrowly takes round 1.
Yeah, I mean, lucky for Rise, again, this is the first round of the map. This is short spawns. Had that not been short spawns, that could have very well been a Ghost Gaming round. They almost made the hero play at the end, but it was Rise Nation who got off spawn, got the 2 kills they needed, and did hold on. So now, if you're Ghost Gaming, you're going to obviously place Old Reliable down. There goes the marks instantly placed, heading towards those home hills. So again, that B fight still going to be kind of up for grabs. We saw Rise Nation definitely having the upper hand on that B side towards that back street prior. See if Ghost Gaming can make an adjustment, because they did very well on the middle side, right?
They
definitely absolutely won that middle fight, but they were struggling over at B. And sometimes, even if you're winning that middle fight, if your players are not winning the fight at B, at the end of the day, there's only one objective between those 2 spots.
Yeah, they won that middle fight. Lancer Fire from the gate, too, was able to drop 2 players. So you can make the argument, if they do win Backstreet, as you were saying, right? I mean, things could be much different. It starts off with Dezo. Unfortunately, though, Avexys and POWERZ too strong. Avexys comes in for 2. Monkeys. POWERZ able to get a couple. Now it's going to be 4 down on the side of Ghost. Short respawns, but the damage has been done. And once again, Rise, very dominant initial, and they're going to be all up in the face of Ghost Gaming.
Yeah, definitely short spawn, so Ghost will have an opportunity to fight this off of spawn. It's going to be up to Rise Nation to basically win this second wave of spawns. Ghost is going to have smokes, Rise won't. It's going to be up to the use of things like that. Marks that both teams having some downs, but it looks like the kills will be in favor of Ghost Gaming. They will defend their C hill, and now they have 4 down of their own, right? Chaos is going to spot that last and final member. It's going to be POWERZ, who's doing a good job of holding 2 players off once again, but Ghost making a good play, getting that kind of counter wipe in. Luckily for POWERZ and Rise Nation, he is holding off the push single-handedly. One of the best players we have gets 1, almost makes it 2. Don't embarrass him like that, Victor. Don't do it. He's almost going to do it. He hits him once, he hits him twice. Chaos is taken to nothing, and then Chaos gets taken out. POWERZ, with the entirety of that side to himself, wipes the members of Ghost Gaming.
And this isn't the first time POWERZ has turned up in this game alone, right? We've only been through 1 round, and he's had already plenty of moments. And Avexys, too, you can't sleep on him. And POWERZ, once again, onto Monkeys and Avexys right by his side. You mentioned 5 dead. They're going for the trip. No one from Ghost is going to be close enough to get there. Krabby's trying to make his way, runs into a couple players from Rise, and Rise quickly 2-0. This is the finals against Ghost Gaming, and they're already leading the way. Now, very short. I made the mistake of saying, oh my gosh, what's going on early on, especially when we were watching New Goons versus Hive, and you know, we saw, of course, Hive maybe turn things around a little bit, but regardless, though, Rise is looking very powerful, and you see it in the weapon placement. Ghost already trying to deviate some of those players off of Backstreet down low to Bell Tower with the boom.
And POWERZ through 2 rounds has 10 kills and 11 downs.
He's insane.
Through 2 rounds. He's the reason they won that second round entirely, right? They got that counter wipe, and then POWERZ basically held down that entire lane to himself where the hill was. So he basically just kind of fought off their entire team on his own, let his teammates spawn back up, and they were able to get a counter wipe of their own. So he, like I said, POWERZ continues to find new ways to impress us week after week. Let's see if he continues to do it. He does get that opening kill for Rise Nation. That's going to give them the numbers advantage. That's going to be 3 dead. He's going to have the boom shot. He shoots another one for good measure, knew exactly where the player was, and did get him. It will be Dezo, though, who equalizes that boom shot. Gets 2, almost makes it 3.
Rezik.
But the new pickup in Rezik equalizes it. That's 5 dead. Obviously, Krabby's off of spawn, so another initial in favor of Rise Nation.
Huge
there should be one boom on the ground somewhere still. Looks like no one decided to go pick it up. It will likely dissolve.
Yeah, because I wanted to say who was left up. It was Rezik, right? Rezik should have definitely been able to pick it up, but I think he wanted maybe map positioning versus maybe not picking it up, but I think that's a mistake that you shouldn't take. But maybe it wasn't even there because who knows? But Shock, regardless, holding down Backstreet for the time being, and Rise will inevitably capture it while also gaining some position. Now, these next wave of kills is going to be crucial because it's going to allow Rise to push forward, potentially go for the domination. Now, Shock onto Dezo. You see them now, the confidence gaining. They're pushing up. Players from Ghost slowly starting to drop, or I should say quickly. 5 down already. They're now controlling the spawn. They're on A. We're going for another quick domination.
Yeah, it's going to be up to Monkeys right now. He's got to buy some time for his teammate Dezo, who's then got to buy time for the other players. We're still on fairly short spawn, so Rise Nation needs to finish this fight in a definitive wipe. They're starting to get on the hill, getting that break. Kills are starting to come in. They have a couple downs. They got to continue to capitalize on them. Ghost Gaming stuck in a tough spot. They have their smokes. They got to use them. Unfortunately, those marks, they hurt quite a bit. Krabby's taken down. His teammate's down as well. That's going to be Chaos. Dezo's going to go down. And Rezik, the new pickup, is going insane. That's going to be 3. Gets the down. That's going to be 4. Can he make it a full ace? No, it's going to be his teammate instead. But Rezik proving why this Rise Nation team picked him up, going berserk and extending their lead to a quick 3-0.
I was excited to see Rezik picked up by Rise, and it made sense. I think Rise is a very talented player, and this highlight moment kind of speaks volumes for itself. Rise picking up Rezik, the new guy on the block, but not new in the scene. He continues to tear it up. Wonderful stuff coming from him. Now, Rise leading 3-0. The nades placed down in middle. We're starting to see a ton of explodes being placed on the map. Is it going to make a difference, though? Well, it didn't last round. Let's see if it has an impact this.
Yeah, the bell tower is definitely going to be where the bulk of the fight goes, but with those nades in the middle, you kind of have to send someone over there because we know what those nades can do in those close quarter fights, right? If you're able to secure those nades and toss a good nade to their side of the fight, that can end up in a double, sometimes even a triple kill as those fights get to, try to get crazy. People are jumping through smokes. When you throw a nade in there, it gets chaotic. So let's see what these teams decide to do. We're going to be on board with Avexys, who does get a kill on the Dezo. Teammate Shock picks up that boom in the middle of the fight. Chaos is ensuing right now, and it looks like it is going to be
3 down, 4 down
in favor of Rise Nation as we have a 2v1 left on the map. Shock has that empty boom shot and a Lancer, so he's in a tough spot. Finds a shotgun, picks it up right in his opponent's face. Luckily for him, he has some team fire right behind him. That's going to be Drix, who downs the opponent for his teammate now, Shock. And Drix able to fight on the Ghost Gaming side. I think they know this is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, that's terrible.
They end up kind of running back. Not throwing their life away. Like the heads-up play by these guys because they're going to be able to get out of here with the 2-cap.
Yeah, shot going straight into the spawn. I was a little bit worried because we've seen a lot of players, head full of steam. They know they're tearing it up. They're making some great plays, some great kills, and then all of a sudden they start challenging the entirety of Ghost or in the entirety of the team in spawn. It's not the way to go about it. You throw your life away, but backing up. Now, you joined your teammates. You're now going to see the team push up from Ghost. You have a much better chance. POWERZ with the Lancer fire is going to get one drop. Ghost continues to run forward. So one of the players from Rise actually push up. Shock was just trying to get some shots he potentially could. The smokes will dissipate. And POWERZ is unrelenting, whether it's the Lancer or whether it's the snub, it doesn't matter. He's keeping Ghost at bay. And for every second that ticks, more points are being gathered. But who is that? Is that Avexys? Avexys just trying to get into the mix. And there goes Shock. He gets dropped in the meantime. Now POWERZ forced to go through. Hopefully this isn't a chain reaction that ends up with 3 members from Rise dead.
I mean, last time multiple members of Ghost jumped in front of POWERZ, it was not a good sight. We're starting to see some of that again. The same result ensues. That's going to be 4 members down for Ghost Gaming. Krabby's has the Marksa, but he's faced with the Marksa of Rise Nation. He's going to get dropped. They should be hopping on C any minute. A couple members of Ghost should be there to fight the battle, but it's going to be tough. There's going to be a couple members who are going to still take a lot longer to spawn. Dezo in a tough spot. I don't think he can even get on the hilt of these players. Ken, his teammate, is going to be Sleeper. He's going to try. He's going to be unsuccessful, and Rise continues to just steamroll this first map and take a 4-0 lead. Ghost has to find some sort of answer because they are just doing it all. And just look at some of the stats. 2
one
Drix,
player
right?
dropped out too.
Is that for Ghost?
Yeah, I think we lost a player on Ghost, unfortunately, so we're going to have to wait a little bit for them. If that's correct. Maybe it just glitched out. But with that being said, you're right. Ghost needs to find something because something just isn't working. And it's pretty tough to say the least. Now, granted, we kind of highlighted it. And I mean, Identives isn't here. And Krabby's is replacing him.
Krabby's played super well in their semifinal match, though.
He has played very well. So it's kind of like, can you really use that as an excuse? Not really. But Rise playing so incredibly well, and I can't highlight enough. Rezik has been playing out of his mind. Avexys too, and Shock. Like it seems like everybody's having their moment to say the least. But
I told you that this team coming into this week has something to prove, right? They got a lot of criticism this past couple
you
days.
said Twitter was going to blow up after they win.
Oh
too.
yeah, if they win, you know.
Sure.
I said they got a ton of heat for the roster change, and I mean, like I said, it is the off season. So what a team decides to do in the off season, it happens in sports, it happens in esports, right? They feel there's a change to be made. They're going to make it. Of course, they're met with a lot of heat, and this is a chance to show people that they maybe made what they feel is the right decision. They feel like they play well, but again, because they got that heat, they're going to play with a little extra motivation. They're going to play with that kind of chip on their shoulder. They're going to want to prove to everyone that they are still the team that they were before and can be better. And so again, we expected them to come out with a lot of heat, right? We expected them to play well, and we're seeing that so far.
Definitely are. Well, something I do want to mention, though, Rise historically, I mean, they play Old Town. They know Old Town. They love Old Town. It was their pick, right? Forge Blitz is Ghost's pick, so you could imagine maybe they'll play a little bit better there. But regardless if it's your pick or not your pick, if you're losing 4-0, something seriously is going wrong. So with that being said, hopefully Ghost can turn things around because we've seen them slay out in the past, but even going into the finals, I was thinking to myself, like, Rise is looking very, very good, even if we haven't been able to highlight this. But
it looks like we have Sleeper back into the game. There's that Dia de los Muertos skin, I believe.
Look at you,
from
man.
the
I'm
beginning.
telling you, Spanish on point, man. Last week you were casting with Landon. You said something, like you said a whole paragraph in Spanish. I was like, my man could speak.
I mix it up a little bit.
I like it, man.
So I love my
multicultural.
I love my Mexico City events. Mexico City events are my absolute favorite because I said I mix it up a little bit in Spanish, so I can get around. I can maneuver them streets. I can order food for my friends.
There you go.
Then I get to roll around with the guys like Franchise who are like the experts. And then I get to take a back seat and let him just do all the talking.
Twitch chat popping off. I'm telling you, man, the gear
scene all kinds. We got some Mazer in the chat. We got some Ghost in the chat. Some Rise in the chat. What's going on, fam?
All talking.
We got some Rise Nation ownership in the chat.
I'm seeing the trash talk too.
We got everything
between Rise and Ghost.
I like it.
I do too, man. You know, it's like because it's all love at the end of the day. But when the action is going down, it's fun and it's great to see. And that's kind of something I expect when Rise is playing. Regardless, man.
They pull up.
I'm telling you.
Pull up to the
chat.
chat.
The whole squad, man.
I'm saying.
Baby, what is you doing? You don't talk crap about Rise.
This is Gears of War, Taylor. we talk crap every chance we get.
I got to go to. I haven't been to a Gears event live, man. I've got to go. Even if it's a local, I don't even care. I've got to go to a Gears event, man. I got to feel that energy because, from what I hear, the energy you guys bring in the Gears scene, man, is unparalleled to everybody else. But with that being said, finally, Ghost player, he's back, and we're getting it started. Rise a little bit on ice. I don't know. I'm just trying to create something. But with that being said, look at Dezo going off with the 2 on Avexys in shock. And then, of course, Krabby's onto POWERZ. 4 down. Drix drops himself. That's 5 Ghost. They've got to win this one.
Yeah, they're looking to put their first round on the board. Of course, they have that boom shot. 5 members down. It's going to be Rezik off spawn. They get that cap. Back up with the boom. Rezik's going to try and get that break. He's got it. He's got to basically suicide for it, as do the next few members of Rise Nation. It's going to be 2 kills with the boom. They can't hop in. Ghost puts their first round on the board.
Yes, they do. Love Braveheart. Shout out to Braveheart in chat. There's not much love in Gears of War, let's be honest. I just say, hey, man.
No, it is.
It's all love.
99% of the time, it is all love.
Braveheart, by the way,
we
since
say
you're out
crazy
there.
stuff to each other. We all dap each other up. It's all good.
By the way, Braveheart, you got one of the coolest names, man, in Gears, I'll be honest. I really appreciate your name. But with that being said, I'm going back to commentator mode, which still don't know what that is at the 8 years I've been doing it. Ghost Gaming, though, I'm so happy they were able to win a round, and maybe this is the turning point they needed. Maybe somebody just need to reset the Xbox.
Hey, we talk about motivations lighting fires. You never know. The chat could have lighted some fire in Ghost Gaming, or Rise Nation can get back to just mollywop. But we'll see what's going to happen. It's a big initial right now, as we are, of course, on the last and final round of the first half. This boom shot still in play over at Bell Tower. We're on board with the Avexys, facing off against Dezo. Had a big round last time. It opens up with another kill of his own. That's going to be first blood in favor of Ghost. The trades start to come into play, and they are favoring Rise Nation.
Ooh,
POWERZ
Drix,
still managed to stay alive.
Rezik.
That's going to be 5 down for Ghost. These are long spawns. It's going to be 3 alive for Rise Nation. I expect them to all go their separate ways onto some hills, unless they're going to maybe sit a couple towards the home hill, let one of them off spawn, maybe get it. You see one of the members of Rise off spawn, so they'll probably let him take that home hill. The members are going to back up. They have that boom. They know that Ghost needs to go for these touches.
And they have the
going to use that first boom. Yep. They have everything you need to defend the hill. That's going to be 1.
Ooh.
That second boom looks like it disappeared into the smoke. A little bit of Doctor Strange action right there.
Should have connected on 3.
Yeah, either way, Ghost, you're going to live on for now. Like I said, 3 members alive. Sleeper's going to get down. It's going to be 2. Rise Nation still in the driver's seat, slaying out. Little nerd angle by POWERZ right now. If you are a Gears of War member at home, you just probably learned something new. You probably learned a new angle. I know we only have Gears 4 for about another week or so.
Took 3 years to get to this point.
Get in your rank match and use that angle in Old Town, because everyone's got a clinic from POWERZ.
Rise. They know every aspect about this map. I'm telling you, there's 3 things guaranteed in life, man. There's death, there's taxes, and there's Rise picking Old Town, because they love Old Town. And they know every single aspect and facet when it comes to this map. It's an awesome thing to see, but they're leading currently 5-1. And we'll see how this initial goes. All the weapons wiped clean. We're now going to Bell Tower, and honestly, the fight's been there pretty much since round 2. And Rise has historically been the champions of it. Avexys, a nice contact onto 1. Dezo, though, is going to take a shock. Yeah, so, and last time Dezo and Sleeper were able to take this, Ghost was able to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, basically, Dezo, I think in the last few rounds, has opened up with first blood. It's just that his teammates haven't been necessarily there to pick up the trades as he gets eliminated. It's been Rise Nation who's gotten the better of those kind of initial trades on the early fights. It looks like this time, though, Ghost Gaming is going to be on the winning end of that initial. They're going to have that E-Hill. It's going to be up to Rise Nation to come off spawn now and make a decision of where they want to push next. You can see Krabby's kind of pushed up a little bit towards the Rise Nation side. Sleeper in the kill feed's going to pick up a kill onto Drix. Looks like Krabby's going to find 2 members. I'm sure he's going to get that call out, try and stall them as long as he can. Hits the nice shot on Avexys as he approaches his piece of cover. So things are looking good so far for Ghost Gaming as they hold down this 2-cap. They are building a little bit of a time lead for now. It's up to Rise Nation again to get off spawn, get their resources, get their smokes, and figure out where their next push is going to be.
Absolutely. Probably have a couple more pushes in their inventory before Ghost maybe capitalizes. Smokes are out. You know Rise is going to be pushing 3 strong. Krabby's, though, on this head. He does get a nice connection. Meanwhile, Chaos does push forward. Krabby's connects with 1, gets to trade on another. He'll get finalized. But it wasn't worth it. But you see Ghost going for the trip. Can the break on F happen? I see 1 player from Rise was able to get there just in time. Sleeper connects on the POWERZ, takes him out. You see Dezo as well as Monkeys, though, trying to stop Rise from getting 4. But believe it or not, Avexys having a couple of great moments. Strix too. Even though he takes out Avexys, regardless, he gets monkeys. And Rise, they stay alive despite that effort. And they look like they're probably going for an OE to maybe get that double home hill setup. They'll focus their attention onto E later, but if they can capitalize in this moment, this could be good, a good turning point for Rise, and not a moment too soon.
Yeah, and you see, all it takes sometimes is that one last-ditch effort, right? That last-ditch fight to just keep you in the round. Those can end up being rounds that you steal away from the opposition, and we might be seeing it right here as Avexys gets the party started with a kill onto Chaos. Monkeys in a tough spot. Rise Nation is surrounding the members over at E. Monkeys still somehow alive. Ends up getting the nice back A. Goes back in the driver's seat. Things were looking a little tough for them. They ended up persevering and actually making it through and taking numbers back. Again, they have a massive lead, so Rise Nation only has one win condition at this point, and it really is to trip cap.
Trip cap, yeah. I mean, pretty much Chaos, Monkeys, Dezo, they just solidified the round for themselves. You hear the dong, and there's no way Rise is going to be able to push forward. And I mean, literally, unless like a tactical nuke goes off. Those don't exist, only in Call of Duty and Shock. Hey, letting them know, hey, Ghost, you can have this round. You won the battle, but you're not going to win the war. We're still going to take the victory. We still got a 3-round lead over you. But hopefully, if you're a Rise fan, it doesn't turn around. But Ghost, they've been known to turn things around quickly, and this might be the turning point. I say that after every round they get. They've only won 2. But this could be their moment.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's 2 halves for a reason, right? 2 sides of the map. Maybe Ghost Gaming could be a second-half team, but again, it's hard to judge off only 2 rounds. Rise has still looked very, very dominant so far on this first map, and you see them put that snipe over at Bell Tower, so that's going to take away the potential for that boom fight over at Bell Tower that we see so often on Old Town. And Rise Nation has a number of fantastic snipers in their lineup, right? Guys like POWERZ. I watch POWERZ like reaction shot the snipe for fun. I mean, the guy's just disgusting with it. Drix has been a great sniper across multiple Gears titles. Yeah, I mean, they just have a number of good power players, as does Ghost. But to me, someone like Identivs, who's fantastic with things like M-Bar, isn't playing for them right now, so it's going to be, like I said, it's not always quite in your favor. So still, though, the fight's going to play out in a similar fashion. You're going to see Avexys getting first blood on. Dezo's got number first blood himself. Number is still in Rise Nation's favor. Chaos tries to equalize with a kill on Avexys. He misrolls and POWERZ hits him with a nice reaction shot. He's going to continue on forward. 3 dead, 4 Ghost. POWERZ doesn't want to stop. A member is actually hiding and doesn't actually get the kill on him. POWERZ looking to turn on Monkeys right now, who is he ends up getting down. I feel like if you're hiding that spot, you got to capitalize on that hill.
Though.
He might not get the finish. Members of Ghost are there, and he should be able to tap up, but that could have been a big swing. Instead, you have Rise up on the 75-yard line. POWERZ just running around like it's a rank match, taking out everyone in sight.
Oh my
Who's going to be next? That's going to be 2. You got to imagine this next player is going to be the 3rd. He's going to get his health back, and he's going to push him. You know POWERZ. He's going to push.
He has no respect for Ghost right now. None. Not an iota of respect. He continues to push forward. Continues. There's another nerd angle. Actually, he's going to drop Monkeys.
Oh, my.
I would be pissed.
I played Gears 3 a lot. I played Gears 4 a lot. I've been coach team. I've seen like 2 angles I didn't know existed already.
Oh, my.
By one of my former teammates, by the way.
They're teaching you a lesson.
I'm saying,
the coach is getting coached.
Always innovative.
Unbelievable. Well,
I saw another pro coach in the chat saying I didn't know that either. Like, just we're all being educated at this point.
Literally a week away from Gears 5 coming out, and we're learning new stuff. Crazy to think of, but look at Ghost, though, trying to work their way around the map. Krabby's an important kill onto Rezik, unable to capitalize. You see Chaos able to get it, but Drix on a sleeper. And with that being said, Chaos now having to make some desperate plays. He is behind enemy lines. I don't think he's been spotted as of yet. As we saw Ghost trying to get F, but they're unable to do so. Rise answers right back. They've got the double home hill set up, but Ghost still not at least down and out as of yet. They could turn things around, and it might start with Monkeys. And if Monkeys is able to pick up 2 players, unfortunately it gets shut down just like that. Rezik, POWERZ. Rezik was able to get 2, POWERZ able to get 1. That's 3 down on the side of Rise, 3 down on the side of Ghost. Both teams at a standstill.
Yeah, and Sleeper ends up getting that kill onto POWERZ. Rise Nation, though, still getting those trades, and Rise can afford to play the game of trades right now, right? They're sitting in the driver's seat up about 35 points at the 170 mark, so Ghost, they need to get on that hill, and they're doing it right now, so good job by them playing the objective. That's going to be a great opportunity for them to potentially get this trip cap, or to at least close the gap on the time lead. 2 different hills starting to be decapped, though. It's going to be Rise who hops on E. Also, that was a huge opportunity for Ghost to get the objective to close that gap. Instead, though, it's going to be Rise who hops in the hills. If they can get E, it's going to be a world of hurt for Ghost. Avexys gets 1.
It's neutralized.
He's going to have his teammates off spawn, though.
Avexys.
It's going to be a kill. E is still decapped. Rise still has that lead, so as long as they get this cap soon, they will continue to extend that lead. Ghost over at E, though. That could be trouble. Ghost can win on 2 in this situation. Shock's going to need to make a play and get on that hill for the break. 1 kill comes in by Avexys. Shock is taken out.
Oh
Another
gosh.
break comes in on the home hill.
F.
Oh, the break doesn't come in, though. And then Sleeper hits the beautiful shot on the POWERZ.
Oh my gosh,
Ghost has managed to hold on and put their 3rd round on the board after a series of miraculous plays and capped off with a beautiful snipe by Sleeper.
Oh my gosh, Ghost comes from the dead, capitalizes, wins that 210 to 206. How close was that, guys? But Rise, they've got to be feeling that. Hopefully they can let it go and come through maybe in, I don't know. But Ghost, man, Ghost is definitely looking good. They're not phased at all, despite back against the wall. It doesn't matter to them. Every round is different, and every round they can capitalize on. So Hammer Burst will be placed down. Snipe still there onto Bell Tower. Let's see what happens off this break. Traditionally, Rise usually takes over these wins, but it's getting kind of interesting. Avexys and Shock hasn't been as powerful as of lately, and that's because of Krabby's and Dezo. And Dezo starts us off onto Shock. Chaos onto Avexys, and Ghost wins not only to Sniper, but also wins over Bell Tower. And the last player from Rise is going to be over here just trying to be a thorn in the side. He does get a drop. The pickup happens. Chaos pushes forward, and POWERZ gets punished. And Ghost now map position also. At least some of the lead. You do see Rise, though. Went for the full OE. They do get the double home hill setup, but it's not going to last very long.
There's Krabs with that snipe in his hand once again. Made a few plays with it so far. Can he continue to do so in the grand finals? His teammate's doing a good job of slaying out. He's going to try his hand himself. Facing off against Rezik, who's got to make that play over to E. Doesn't get there in time, but someone actually touches F.
Wow,
someone on Rise made the play.
At the last half second.
But for how long? They're starting to still get taken out. Ghost still looking strong in this situation.
Absolutely.
Trying to get a few kills of their own for Rise Nation. That's going to buy them their hill back.
In Dezo's positioning, if you have any of the members from Ghost maybe push up, Dezo actually doesn't need help.
Almost got the big 2v1.
Could you
POWERZ,
imagine?
though. See how low POWERZ is in health. Managed to hold on and get the kill. Krabby's taken out as well. Things starting to go back into Rise's favor.
Uh-oh.
3 members dead.
Definitely so. Rise coming back. This is an important round for Ghost to take. Not only do they bring it just within striking distance of tying up the rounds against Rise, they also stop Rise from being off of match point. Ghost needs to win this. And maybe it starts with Monkeys onto Avexys. Hammer Burst, though, does drop Shock, or excuse me, Drix.
And Ghost is still, like you said, have the time lead. Getting both home hills. As of right now, the fight's still ensuing over at E. It looks like Rise has control of E for now. Looks like Ghost is going to decide, yeah, rather play those double home hills, get out of there, go defend that D hill. They're up by so many points at this point. Rise just now capping that E hill for their 100th point. If you're Ghost, I mean, you're sitting in the driver's seat right now. You're the one who just needs to kind of play defense. Let Rise kind of make the decision on where they want to push. You just got to contain it.
Trying to contain, you see. Shock trying to take the head off of somebody, but Rise, you can't win off of this. You got to go for D. And Shock might be able to do something with that sniper. Imagine if he connects onto Monkeys or Sleeper, but really he can't afford to stay in the back lines anymore. He's got to push up. Unfortunately, he drops, and Ghost is looking very in control at this point. Even though Krabby's goes down, if a break doesn't happen momentarily, which actually it does, believe it or not, Rise comes through. That's going to be 3 down on the side of Ghost. Monkeys drops 2. Dezo, where are you at? He's off in a distance. He's going for a break, and Rise just narrowly gets the hill broken.
I don't think anyone can touch it in time. They stole the round.
Yes, they
Ghost, all they had to do, they were up so many points. All they had to do.
You heard the dong. They were there.
Yeah, I mean, they literally had the 2 hills up about 70 points at the end. All they had to do was choose one and hold on. Instead, Rise steals the round away. That's just got to take the life out of you sitting. That what would have been a change to 5-4 now turns into a 6-3. Rise clutching up huge. Stealing that round away, putting themselves on map point.
It's important, right, to think that if Ghost does win it, like you said, it's 5-4. They're one round away from tying it up. They also have an insurance round, so if they do lose a round, They can afford that. But now they can't, and they've got to win 4 straight rounds. They have to be flawless from this point forward and initiate a tremendous effort to come back.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that one, those
can't
hurt.
lose those.
Again, that's the difference between a 5-4 and a 6-3, right? Those are just such big gaps, especially the way it was stolen away. So you got to imagine that Ghost, they got to be somewhat tilted right now, right? You're supposed to brush it off, but sometimes it's a little easier said than done. So looking to see how Rise decides to respond. He's going to be POWERZ.
Oh, my gosh.
Takes out Krabby. He's going to be behind enemy lines now. I think they know where he is. Ghost did get the opening 2 kills.
And POWERZ does this, though, Ryan. I mean, he's weak, but he's peppering
shots.
shots.
But just look how long he's holding him off for. Like, there's still 2 players trying to take out this one player.
Okay.
They finally get him, and the rest of the teammates are falling too. So Ghost, despite me thinking they might have tilted, is still in control of this initial. That's going to be 3 down, 4 Rise. They're hopping on the 3 hills. The last 2 members are going to have to fight for that D hill. One's going to be down. Can they get the touch?
And there's 2 sides to a coin.
It's going to be no.
There's 2 sides to a coin. Ghost, on the other hand, needs to be flawless. But that also, I feel, could unintentionally make them play better because they know every single elim that they get, every single opportunity they get, they can't waste it. Then again, on the other side of Rise, you're just on the cusp of victory. So maybe you get a little bit lackadaisical and you start to relax. Rise can't afford to do that, and they need to capitalize just as much as Ghost does because quickly we could see, and we've seen it in the past, someone have a tremendous lead, and then it goes to around 13, and then all of a sudden it's both teams on the line.
Yeah.
You could be thinking if Ghost wins 2 in a row, if they win this one, I mean, hey, anything is possible. And there's precision weapons out there, you know, the grenades, whatever, but there's nothing that's really too crazy to say the least. So these initials are going to make a huge difference. And POWERZ, he's going straight in. He gets tagged up just a little bit, but he actually gets onto the back of Chaos, and this could be big, especially with the Avexys capitalizing. POWERZ drops Chaos. 1 player left. It's going to be now 3 onto 1. He's choosing to dip out as he has to save his life.
It's going to be 3 dead. POWERZ has snipe in hand. This is not a good situation for Ghost. They need to make a play right here. They go for 1. Try to make it a second. Monkey's not going to be able to do it. That's going to be 5 dead for Ghost. Only 2 alive for Rise Nation. Ghost have a couple members off spawn, as will Rise. So now Rise is going to have control of that neutral hill. Snipe again in POWERZ hands. One of the deadliest snipers we have in Gears. Looking to finish this off. At the very least, they are building a solid lead. They should be capping their home hill off spawn. That will give them a 2 cap.
POWERZ taking
Again, it's such a hard player to push with the snipe in his hand. Ghost going to have to hit him from multiple angles. Looks like they're starting to do just that. You can see Chaos inching in towards that middle area. So where his teammates, Avexys is there waiting. He knows. Ghost, though, trying to swarm Avexys. He has a little bit of help. I don't think they know he's there. POWERZ is there waiting. Who else? He stays alive. He's going to pull his snipe out. I assume he does through the smoke.
Hope he connects.
He has a mark. It's not even need to use it yet. Rise, the bait and switch, and it pays off huge. They have nades as well. Is that nade going to do it? It does. That's going to be 3 dead. Krabby's under duress himself, trying to make a play on Drix.
He's already been spotted,
yeah, instead he knows exactly where the push is going to come in from. Trying to hold it off as best he can.
Oh my, look how Rise, unrelenting. They've got momentum on their side. They continue to push forward. Drops 1. Now Avexys, no respect, just goes up. Lancer fire peppering him, and he continues to make that push. He will lose his life, though. In return, Sleeper effectively stops a push. And now Ghost, at least safe for the time being, away from that triple cap, but still plenty of work to be done.
There's that sniper. We talked about it. You put in his hands, you got to, at this point, expect headshots, and now things are starting to get bad. The snowball is starting to roll. You see a couple members go down for Ghost. POWERZ still has a snipe in his hand. Rise at the 140 mark have a huge lead. They're surrounding Sleeper. Avexys plays that beautifully, gets right around him, plays it wide, does not get in chunk range as he had help from above. Things are looking good for Rise. Ooh, POWERZ almost takes Krabby's head off in between those 2 pillars. Rise, in a similar situation Ghost is in. They have such a big lead. They have 2 hills. They have to just basically play good defense, kind of play the objectives properly, value your life, and finish the textbook round.
Finish on to Chaos, and 6-4. Rise Nation on the cusp of taking the first game of this best-of-3 finals. And it's going to be huge, right? Having that entrance, knowing if the second game doesn't go well with Forge Blitz, you're going to Harbor in the 3rd. But taking that first game always feels so good. 2:05, but the break happening, but you see Rise quickly answers back. They're going to be on E, and the points will stop for the time being, but that's okay. Rise going for the triple cap. That's going to be it. They're going to take this victory in Game 1 of the finals, 7-4 over Ghost.
Yeah, I mean, they put themselves at such a big advantage, right? Starting off that map 4-0, Ghost did start to pick it up kind of towards that second